Hello, everybody. It's Mirialda here once again, and welcome back finally to Let's Browse, episode number 71. Woohoo! Live! Yes, we are back. Now, just starting off with just a tiny bit of bad news, just because we just got back and I don't want to lose the streaming again. I'm going to keep this safe for work for a while at least, so you can still suggest the naughty figures and stuff. We'll just keep those as a separate video afterwards once we get enough to do that. But yes, we still have lots and lots and lots of pretty plastic to look at. You guys kept suggesting things as the time came to do this, so enough blabbing. Let's get to this. We can close this window now. So we open up the browser and we wait and we wait and we full screen it. And I still have my cough, so boo to that. But yes. So getting this out of the way right away is Gordon Werner's suggestions, which somehow I managed to put in a wrong folder last week, which meant they got skipped. So there's going to be quite a few of these, but there are quite a few good figures in here. So the first one is Gino Megumi from Eromanga Sensei. Yes, Megumi. She loves chin-chins. So Megami is being manufactured by Plum. She is a 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in August of 2018, so not a whole long of a wait for the pre-order cycle. She is priced at 12,500 yen. So we'll click and we'll look and we see it is Megami, and she is tied up. She is embarrassed. She looks cute. She is standing on a base which kind of looks like cobblestone, but I think it's supposed to be, like hardwood flooring, because that kind of makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, she's got the embarrassed look on her face. She is tied up. She is wearing a green shirt, and a red skirt, and some thigh-high stockings, and some slippers. And she is cute. There she is from the back. She is wearing the best hairstyle ever. Yes, the ponytail, and it is a big, bushy, fluffy ponytail. There is lots of hair in there. It's not very overly detailed in the sculpt, and there are a couple pretty ugly seam lines. And since there is such a short pre-order cycle and production cycle, expect these seam lines to be in the final product as well. There does appear to be some shading, and we can see her neck joint where it joins in the face. But she's got a nice back of the neck. The shirt has a seam going down the center. So honestly, this one, it's cute and all, but I'm not expecting it to have a whole lot of good quality in the final product, which is a shame because she is a cute character. And she just got lewd. Yes, if you've watched Eromanga Sensei, you are familiar with this scene. So she is blindfolded. She's got a little bit of a embarrassed smile on her face. Oh yeah. And Sagiri has just pulled down her panties. Yes, they're around her knees now, and they are shimapan. And welcome back to everyone that is back. We are back to streaming. Yay. Got to get used to this again. Look off to the side, see the chat, look back here, and blah, 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 blah. And cough, trying not to kill everyone's ears. So yes. We look at her hands, and she's got all the fingers kind of sculpted, but they are just a blob of plastic. They're not like individually sculpted. Which, I mean, it's a sign of lower quality, but when you're rushing things, at least they're sculpted. Whoever tied this knot is not a very good knot tire because she could easily slip her hands out of that. It is a very loose binding. She is blushing. So yes, Megami. There's a good look at her non-blindfolded face. So yeah, the eyebrows are in similar positions, but this time her mouth is open. And honestly, I prefer her with the regular face. And probably without the extra panties around the knees. But it is what it is. We do see the hint of the buttock. Yes, a little extra curve right there. So a question is posed. When she's being stripped, is she wearing two pairs or just the one? If it's just one, I'm sure she's just a Barbie doll down there, and I highly doubt that that's the case. So yeah, that's Megami. I'm gonna maybe try to go a little bit quick because there are quite a few figures in here. Moving on, now we have Yoko Littner from Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. This is part of the Dreamtech Lingerie style series from Wave. She is a 1/8 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in September of 2018 and is priced at 11,800 yen. And it is Yoko, and she is wearing some lingerie. Oh yes, very, very red themed, as indicated by the red background and the red base and red underwear and red hair, and yes, just red, 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 red. So she has a very fluffy base. She has some straps around her ankles with a little skull ornament, a clip. Her lingerie actually has some like lacy looking lacework on there, and we do have separation. Yes, separation. The bottoms are pretty high cut, so not my favorite style of underwear, but it's not bad. She is having a bit of a wardrobe malfunction, so one of her straps has come off her shoulder, but not enough that it's exposing anything. She has the typical Yoko hairstyle with a nice long ponytail and a couple chopsticks stabbed into it. She has her skull hair clip. The face, I think, could probably be a little bit better. It does seem quite wide. And there she is from the back. So she's got the spine line and she's got the shoulder blades nice and detailed. She has some very long, slender fingers with some long pink fingernails. It does appear that the middle and ring fingers are one. And we see some side boob as well. There is the neck joint, excuse me, neck joint line, and her ear is pretty detailed as well. And she's got quite a squeezable looking booty. So yeah, she is definitely an eye catcher. But in my experience, the Waves Dreamtech line isn't very good. I do have their Hokey, and it's one of my least good figures, I would say. She does have a little cut out in her bottoms, showing off just a tad bit of the top of her crack. Her hair has some good sculpting details in there. Can't really tell if it's shaded or not. I think these pictures are just like way oversaturated in the color. But we'll see when the final product comes out. But as I said before, very good thing that they did is separation. There is not a weld line in sight in her cleavage. She has a nicely defined belly button. Nothing covering it, so it can't be vacuum sealed, which is always a bonus. So yeah, that is Yoko. She is cute. She has big boobs. She has a squeezable booty. She has a, poofy face. So it is what it is. Price-wise, 1/8 scale. It's a little on the high end, but if you like her, you like her. I'm not going to get it. I'm not the biggest Yoko fanboy or anything, but it's a cute looking figure. And I'm sure her head, since it is wave, it'll be on like a ball joint so you can twist and turn it and everything. So yay. Moving on, we now have Kurosaki Mia from To Love Her Darkness. We've talked about her fairly recently, but it's been a while. She is by Alter. She is a 1/7 scale figure. She came out originally May 13th of 2016 and is getting a re-release in December of 2018. And she is priced at 12,800 yen. Looks like 418 people own her, so she is quite popular. And she is she has a rating of 9.61 out of 122 times, so she is good quality too. People like her. So we click and we look and we see it is Maya. She is wearing her darkness outfit and she is sitting on a desk. And she has lifted her leg and is kind of spreading. Her top is quite short, so she is showing quite the underboob. And there is separation. There is a belly button. And her outfit is not black. It's a very dark blue. She does have a couple buckles on her boots, and she has a very long braided ponytail. And yeah, it's been a little while, but we're still talking about her. I'm trying to catch up on your suggestions, Gordon. She does have a little plus sign hair ornament, kind of reminds me of Neptune a little bit, and a little glass bead around where the braid ends. So yay. Move over to the side. She has some very nice blue eyes, very piercing color. The hair has a little bit of highlight, so it is a little bit whiter, so there is some shading, and it's sculpted pretty nicely. That's pretty much the same picture, just slightly different angle. Here, you can see that she is shoving her hand under her top and feeling herself up. So yay. Yeah, she's exposing quite a bit of underboob, but she is covering the important bits for YouTube. So yay. Nice belly button, a little bit of side flesh right there. You can see like the outline of her rib cage and her hip a bit. And her other hand is down there, and it is pretty close to touching things. Again, ring and middle fingers are together. Not a lot of fingernail polish on her, which is a decent thing. You don't always need super colorful nails. She does have a little bit of an O mouth, and she has a little bit of poofy lips, which is good. Let's see, do we see her from the back anytime soon? Yes, we do see her from the back finally. So we see at like the tips of her hair, it does have a little bit of a gradient, so it is much darker at the tips of her hair. She's got a nice little spine line. We see that her top is actually a hoodie. So yeah, it's got a little hood. You can really see the detail of the braid. And you can see the beginnings of her booty crack, but not a whole lot of it. It is nicely covered. And we do see that the desk is also hollow. You can store stuff in there. So yeah, that is Kurosaki Mia. As I said, a lot of people own her. She seems to be a decent enough price, 1/7 scale. And if you were wondering, there is a Moyo picture which shows the answer to the super important question. She is wearing pink and white Shimapan. Yes, the altar went into just a hair bit of extra detail, which you'll probably never see unless you look at this picture or you get real close with your eyeball. So yay. Moving on. Now we have Sakia from Blade Arcus from Shining EX. She is being manufactured by Flare and is a non-scale figure, but looking at this, she is bending over, so around 8 inches tall. I'd say she's somewhere between 1/8 and 1/7. It's like a smaller 1/7. She is supposed to come out in April of 2019 and is priced at 12,800 yen. And she has a couple different display options, which we shall get to shortly. So we click on her and we look at her and we see it is Sakia, and she is dressed as a teacher, a very sexy teacher. And she has the glasses, she has best hairstyle ever ponytail, and she has some very, very, very long, lovely legs. And she has shown off quite a bit of cleavage, and she has a nice bra as well. Sakia is wearing a necklace, and she is adjusting her glasses. And her suit is a pinstripe suit. Definitely like an office lady suit. Well, she's looking to get a raise. She's got a nice neckline. You can see the little tendons there. You can see hints of her collarbone. She's got a very nice eye. One eye is she's like winking at you, so one eye's closed. She's got a nice smile on her face too. Very, very nice suit. Nice slit in the skirt. And I mean, that hair, the hair is sculpted very, very nicely. And it looks like it has some good shading in at least the fringe part of it. So now we start doing a little spin around of her. Well, not much of one. And now we see a second display option. So yes, she comes with an alternate faceplate with both eyes open. And honestly, I prefer this better than the winking one. I like both of her eyes being open. I think she looks very beautiful like this. And honestly, I think she looks a little bit more attractive and sexy. Uh, we do see she has cleavage. This is still not the best angle to see if there is a weld line or not. But we also see that her bra is black and purple and lacy and quite detailed. So now we can start to see her from the back. So as I said, very long and luscious legs, nice calves, nice thighs, nice start of the booty area, and that ponytail. Also, you can see the back of her hair is sculpted where it is being pulled up into the ponytail, and she is wearing some nice simple high heel pump shoes. And yeah, a lot of people would very love to be in this position right here behind her. So there she is back with her winking face. And it does not appear as though it is welded. So separation, yes. And now we get the third display option. The glasses are removable. So normally I would prefer without the glasses, but this time I am going to say with the way her hand is positioned, she needs the glasses. It just doesn't make sense right now. It looks like she's about to stab her eye with her fingernail. Speaking of her fingers, nicely sculpted. It looks like every finger in this right hand is individually sculpted. Her left hand, ring and middle finger glued together. There she is without the glasses and both eyes open. And picture 11, which Gordon suggested I look at. Yes, nice boobs. Very, very nice. She is in a school setting because she is a teacher. So yeah, Sakia is very cute, very pretty. It's by Flair, and Flair is a very good company. They've made some very, very good figures. Casual Tamamo, anyone? So yeah, I think she will be worth the money if you buy her. She is very beautiful. I'd expect her maybe May or June. And honestly, price-wise, not that bad. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to get her. I do like her, but I spent a lot of money recently, and I've got quite a few figures, so she's a maybe, but she's cute. So now we get Gordon has given us some more Moyo links, so there she is. We're just gonna look at these real quick. She is on display at a store, so you can see with less of the Photoshop going on, and then more realistic lighting. So meow, yummy, nice. She is cute. Here we do see maybe they are welded. We'll see. And they're trying to get the important questions answered for us, but can't quite make it out. So now we shall move on to Bionic Joshikoze. Yes, a Bionic schoolgirl. She is from Arms Note, part of the Magic Mold line. She is being manufactured by Calmia Project and is a 1/7 scale figure. She just went up for pre-order today, I believe. She's supposed to come out in October of 2018 and is priced at 16,574 yen, which does feel a little bit high. This figure kind of confuses me a little bit because it's by Calmia Project, and Calmia is the one that's doing the White Elf, which is very, very, very lewd, but this one is not. Her skirt is removable, I've read, but yeah. So this is another one of those that is quite cute, and you see her and you're like, ooh, she's nice. She has quite the detail in her hair, so she's got a little hair clip. She's got lots of sculpted strands. Looks like there's some shading in there. Nice and clean and sharp strands in her hair. She is, a Joshikoze, so she is talking on the phone. You can't separate them from their phones. She has some very nice red eyes, a nice little smile on her face, open mouth. She is wearing a schoolgirl uniform with a little backpack, and she has a big giant gun and some extra clips on her ammo bag. She does appear to be wearing some knee pads, And she has some mechanical boots with some wing type things. So yeah, that is where the bionic part of her comes in. Her skirt and her shirt, lots of details in there. All the pleats look good. They're shading. The wrinkling in the sleeve of that sweater, ooh, that's beautiful. And around the cuff of her, or cuff, whatever, the trim of her sweater, very nice. Have no idea what this gun is. I'm a failure as an American, but she is practicing some proper trigger discipline, so her finger is not actually on the trigger. There is a suppressor on the muzzle, so yay. Oh, those aren't extra magazines. They're little smoke grenades. So this detail right here doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me unless she is like... I don't even want to know how to describe it. Like, did she just get shot in the crotch or something? But yeah, so there's her knee pads. Knee pads are kind of meh, and they're not really covering her knees, so I guess they're shin or thigh pads. But that sweater and that skirt, quite detailed. She looks very, very good. So maybe the price is making a little bit more sense, but still, it's quite expensive. The boots are very detailed as well. I do believe the little wing things are adjustable on them. And important questions are answered. Neon green. Yes, neon green panties. So yeah, she is a very cute girl. Her eyes have a nice little like blue shine detail to them too. Her mouth, as I said before, is nice and open, and it's quite deep as well. She's got a little nose. Doesn't look like she's actually blushing, but there is a hint of pink over here. I think that's a reflection off the phone. Fingers, nicely done. From this angle, you can't quite see the important question, but you do see her booty cheeks peeking out a bit. So yeah, as I said, this is one that I saw and I thought, wow, she's cute. But probably gonna pass on her, but she is a nice looking one. And there's a couple Moyo pictures of her too. So there's that one showing her from the back. The hair looks less good in this picture, but you can still see there is shading and sculpting in there. She is from a thing that I said earlier that I can't remember yet. I'll look in a second. So yeah, there she is. And one side of her panties is definitely riding up, so she is exposing a little bit more cheek. So if we bring this back up and we go Gordon, last one is Arms Note. That is where she is from. I have no idea what that is. Never heard of it before now. So yay. So that is Gordon's suggestions. Finally, we can move on to someone else. And the reason Gordon is not in the Hall of Shame is because those suggestions were actually spread out over multiple weeks. So yay. Wait for this to open again. And we'll bring up the bookmarks. And we shall move on to our next suggester, who is Alante11. Yes, Alante11 has suggested for us, beginning with Konjiki no Yami. Yes, Yami from To Love Your Darkness by Alter. She is in her nurse outfit. She is a 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in September of 2018 and is priced at 15,800 yen. Feels a little expensive, but it is Alter, and Alter is always expensive. And for good reason. They typically have good quality. So we have Yami, and she is riding a giant syringe, which is expelling its fluid quite vigorously. I think it's excited from her rubbing her crotch upon it. We do see a couple crappy supports for that syringe. She is wearing a pink nurse outfit, which is quite tight-fitting and has quite the short skirt. She also has the thigh belt with a little buckle. Nice shading on that belt. She has some nice simple pink shoes, and she has a lot of hair. It is quite lovely blonde hair, lots of strands, lots of sculpting details. The fringe is very nice, and you got the little air intake vents on the top of her head. And she's got the nurse's cap as well with a little pink, or red heart, I should say. And she's got Yami-sized boobs. So, not super oversized or anything. A nice handful. And she has the clipboard. Yes, she has your chart. That's why she's about to give you the injection. She does have kind of a blank stare on her face. Nice red eyes. And, appears to be maybe purple as the answer. If we look through the syringe, we can see that she is definitely pressing her thigh against it, and you can see the line where it's like against the syringe. And there she is from the side a little bit. So you get a nice shot of the side of her head and all the hair strands and how it's like just, pulled into the little ponytail holder or whatever that's called. And the chart is quite detailed as well. It's the medical record. It's got all the different fields to fill out. And she's drawn a little heart on the guy. It does appear to even be Yuki Rito just by the spikies of the hair. On her right hand, every finger is splayed apart, so nice sculpting there. On her left hand, they are kind of a blob, so it's all one piece, but the sculpting is more detailed, so they do look separated a bit. And you've got the little clip as well. So yeah, it's a cute figure. If you're a Yami fan, this is one that you must buy. She is quite beautiful. I do kind of like how the fluid coming out of the syringe kind of forms a heart shape as well. And I may have been wrong when I said purple. I think it's actually white for the answer. So yeah, Yami. She is cute. She is kneeling down. She is riding a syringe and making it excited. Yes. And she is definitely meant to be displayed from the front. I mean, she has lovely hair, but that's all that you see from the back. So yay. Just real quick. I doubt there's other delivery girls being nursed, but yeah. I was just checking just to make sure. So that is Yami. And if you don't prefer Yami, maybe you prefer Kodagawa Yui. Yes, Yui! She is from To Deliver Darkness, of course. She is another alter figure. She is a 1/7 scale figure and came out January 7th of 2016 and was priced at 11,800 yen. Aftermarket-wise, holy crap. That's all we shall say about that. 293 people own her, and she's got a 9.61 rating out of 74 times. So, yeah, alter figure, people tend to like them. So we shall click and we shall look at Yui, and this is much more fitting of Yui's character than the two figures I own of her. So she is the Public Morals Committee head, so she is, calling everyone perverted and Harenji, and she is trying to prevent you from viewing her crotch. Yes, she has her arm down, holding her skirt down despite the breeze. She has the big giant boobs. She is reading a book. The book has some writing in it that obviously cannot be read. She's got her little sweater vest on. She's got a little bow. She has a green and yellow plaid skirt. She's got some very, very nice thighs and backs of her knees. And look at that hair. Look at that hair. And she definitely has a pissed off look on her face. Her base definitely is the weak part of this figure. It's just a clear plastic disc with Kodagawa Yui and Deliver Darkness written on it. It's a crappy base. She is kind of tiptoeing along, so 1 foot flat, 1 foot just in front of it, and with the heel down, toes lifted. There she is from kind of more of the front. We can see the front of her book as well. It's got a title written on it, which I cannot read. Her sweater is is definitely clinging to her breasts. Good thing is there is separation, but yeah, that's not how sweaters typically work unless they're sewn in such a way. She is definitely blushing. She's got some very nice golden eyes. And up, the hand's blocking the important question, but we do have butt cheek showing. The back of her shirt, it's pretty plain. But lots of hair. Lots of hair going everywhere, lots of strands. That's one of the reasons I love Yui is her hair, amongst other things. Up, now we get to see the other butt cheek. Pissed off face. The skirt is removable. So if we go far enough, eventually we may get the important questions answered. There's a good close-up of the writing in her book. As I said, it's just scribbles over here. And then I'm sure this says Harenji. I don't read Japanese, but that's her trademark line, so I'm sure that's what it says. We may have to go to trusty users to see the important questions being answered. Of course, they're all being hidden behind the NSFW tags, so there we go. If you want to see what her underwear looks like, there you go. The answer is white. So yeah, that is Kotogawa Yui. She is cute. I will probably most likely pass on this one. I've got enough Yui for now. So yay. That was Alan Tay's suggestions. Oops. I had closed the browser. Woohoo. So now we wait for it to open again, and now we can bring up the bookmarks again. And now we can see our next suggester is Ali-chan. Yes, Ali-chan. Open tabs. We go and we see Ali-chan has suggested Dizzy from Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator. This one is being manufactured by Kineticets. Never heard of them. She is a polystone and resin statue, kinda, 1/6 scale, and is scheduled to come out sometime in 2019. Who knows when? No price listed right there, but if we scroll down, we see she is limited to 500 pieces, and she is being sold for $649. Yeah, you heard me, $649. But it's a polystone figure, it's 1/6, and when we look at it, we'll see there is more than just a figure there. There is the equivalent of probably 5 figures, I would say. So yes, you got Dizzy, you got this pink magical effect flying all around her, you got this incredibly detailed rubble base, you got her angel wing and her demon wing and everything. Very detailed looking, very expensive. And personally, I really hate her face. Yeah, face is definitely the weak part of this figure. She does have big boobs, and there is separation. She is wearing some black ones. It's got a little waistcoat and some nice thigh-high stockings. She has her blue hair tied in twin tails with big giant ribbons. She has some very long looking fingers, and you can start to see like the cloak for the Grim Reaper wing is very, very detailed. It's got all like the fabric lines and everything in there, and he definitely has a skull for a face. He's got some pink eyes, which really look like it's just photoshopped in, like they're glowing, but it's possible those are his real eyes. Very, very detailed claws on his hand as well. Dizzy herself has a big open mouth. She's got some pinkish reddish eyes. And she has a belly button. Yes, the ever important belly button is showing. Honestly, the paintwork doesn't seem the greatest. Of course, we're zoomed in super close again. But she does seem a bit shiny, and like these fine lines are a little bit messy looking. There is some original artwork of Dizzy. And there she is, zoomed out a little bit. So we see she is 67 centimeters by 39 centimeters. Holy hell, she is a giant space hog. But yeah, like I said, you see all the magical effects. You see this broken rubble base, which is very incredibly detailed. I do like how all three of their hands are, reaching forward, shooting everything. The angel Undine wing is blue, and it has some nice long hair. The hair is sculpted pretty nicely, I do think. There's the view of her from the front. It's not quite looking straight ahead. The Undine wing definitely is looking more straight at where they're firing things. So I like the wings a lot better than Dizzy herself, which is sad to say, but hey, I'm not going to buy this anyway either way, so yay. And now we get to see just a hint of her booty. Yes, she has quite thick thighs, nice booty, and she has a tail, which is a pretty boring tail. It's quite thick. It's just basically a cylinder, and it's got a little yellow bow on the end. So yay, that's Dizzy. Honestly, I prefer the other. I think Alter did it, the other Dizzy figure compared to this, but this one, as I said, it's a very giant figure. You're getting lots and lots for it. It's just not my style. And as I said, I've never heard of this company before. I'm just going to click and see what all they've done. They've done quite a few things, but that's probably why I've never heard of them. It's really not my style of figure, so yay. So my wallet will be safe. So we shall now move on to Lollipop Gallery. And Lollipop Gallery has suggested two figures. The first one being Futaba-sana from Magical Record Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica Gaiden, which I think is a spin-off of Madoka Puella Magica, whatever. She is by Fat Company, and we can do this again. Where the fuck is UL Fat? But yes, Sana is 1A scale figure. She is supposed to come out in April of 2019 and is priced at 13,800 yen. Do feel maybe a little expensive. So we shall click and we shall look at her. And she has the Madoka white face. Yes, lots of space between her eyeballs. She is wearing a crown. She has a big, giant tower shield that she is holding. She's got some armor as well. And she's got a little sweater and some boob armor. She is wearing a veil and waist skirt, whatever. Shin armor. But she is still conscious of the Zettai-ryoki rule. Yes, she has Zettai-ryoki. Paint and shading on her looks very, very good. I think Fat did a good job on that, at least in the prototype pictures. Sculpt also looks very good. The hair is quite detailed, nice shading, nice, waviness to it, and little strands sculpted and everything. There she is kind of from the front view where her shield hides all of her. We do see she's wearing some leather gloves. And she is, in the anime world, pretty flat-chested, which isn't a bad thing. She's got a nice skinny body shape to her. Nice, not a lot of curves, but nice and straight. But she is cute. It's not a figure for me, but I do like how on the sides of her skirt she has a couple uh, like flaps or whatever that's ruffly and it's got multiple layers. That's a nice little touch. And yeah, the little skirt definitely looks like her butt is also wearing a veil, like her head is. I mean, there's not a lot to say about this figure in my opinion, other than she looks very good. She is sculpted and painted so very nicely, and a lot of that, a lot of that is really coming from her sweater and all these lines and how just clean they are. I mean, they're actually sculpted and they are painted, and there is no bleeding. But remember, this is just a prototype. Um, the armor, leg armor looks good. I do like how they've got the multiple layers on the back, so you do get the little bit of mobility rating going on there. Of course, since we're talking about armor ratings, I'm sure she'd be a one-hit kill because she's not wearing bikini armor. Her facial expression is pretty serious looking. Her eyes do appear to be maybe looking in different directions. So I'm sure they'll probably work on that a little bit and before they release her. So yeah, she's cute. If you like her or you like Madoka, you got a spin-off and you got a figure. And yeah, you can buy her at Solaris, you can buy her at Hobby Link Japan, and all these other places. I wouldn't expect her in April though, because this is the year of delay with anything related to Good Smile, and I'm sure it's going to bleed over into next year too. And then Lollipop has also suggested Tobiichi Origami from Data Live. This one is by Griffin Enterprises, and she is a 1/8 scale figure. She came out January 30th of 2014, and at the time was priced at 10,500 yen. Aftermarket now, she is almost $300 frickin' dollars. 38 people own her, and she has a 8.89 rating, rated 9 times. Mostly 10s and 9s. And I'm sure a lot of people are kicking themselves because she has definitely gotten very expensive and they didn't buy her because it was by Griffin. And, you know, Griffin just has that stigma about him, which, honestly, I can see how they earned it. So, as I said, this is Origami Tobiichi. She has a vacuum sealed belly button, but yes, she is wearing. It's been a long time since I've seen the show, so I can't remember what the outfit is called, but she is wearing her battle outfit. She has an energy sword with a clear plastic blade. She has modest-sized boobs, not overly oversized. She's got quite the pissed off look on her face. Showing off quite a bit of skin, so cleavage, armpit, thighs, butt, yeah, lots of skin. She's got some pretty long, thin legs with some armor. You got this little knee pads and everything. You got a little thing on her hip. And she is standing on a little rock base. There's a close-up of her face, so she has multicolored hair clips. It's sculpted okay. Could be maybe a little bit cleaner. And there doesn't really appear to be any shading in it. Her head does seem to be maybe a little bit wide for her body. It's almost like the entire width of her shoulders. This threw me for a little bit just looking at it. It's like she's holding something, but her hand's like twisted around, so we're actually looking at the back of her hand. And there is her belly button, yes. This outfit definitely exposes their vital organs, so that means it must be pretty well armor. Or pretty high armor rating, I should say. It is, subdued color, so nothing real flashy about it, except for the fact that she's showing off so much skin. Okay, now we kind of see her from the back, see the top of her booty crack, and we see that there is a little attachment for the wing art unit and everything on her back. Her shoulders do appear to be made out of a clear plastic, so nice little detail. And there is the booty. Yes, origami booty. Wonder if she practices folding of the booty. Yeah, that joke just doesn't make sense. Forget I said that, and try not to die from cringe. She also has some clear effects coming out off of her elbows. Yeah, that's what those are called. Elbows! There's a good shot of her energy sword. It's got like a little power button symbol right there. And it is kind of sculpted a bit, so it does look almost realistic. So it's textured. That's the word, texture. So yeah, I mean, Origami, she's fun in the show, but she's not exactly my favorite character. But I know she is several people's favorite, and a lot of people really wish they own her. But they don't have the $300 to buy her. Let's see. Any user pictures? See how she actually turned out, because I mean it is Griffin after all. So we shall, of course, get the booty shot. We'll get a face shot, and we'll get a belly shot, and a full body shot. So let's see how she turned out. So yes, very squeezable booty. Get a little bit of, don't know, I know that's supposed to be like the little line, that's the booty line, but it does look like a chunk was just gouged out of her thigh a bit. She's got a little tiny bit of camel toe. Very, very tight outfit. Definitely riding up into her crack. But a nice booty. Paintwork. Little messy right there, but not bad. And nothing you're gonna nothing you're gonna see unless you zoom in like we just did. Her face turned out pretty good. She's got, like I said, that pissed off expression. Hair still has no shading in it, and could maybe have been sculpted a little bit cleaner, but it's not bad. She's got boobs. They appear to be welded, and the suit would not be very comfortable because it is contorting the boobs into very strange shapes. Yeah. Right there, the line is a little bit messy, a little bit of bleeding. Nice armpit detail over there, though. There is the belly. So yeah, a little bit of mispaint, but nice belly button. Do I think it's worth $300? No. I'd say maybe $100, maybe $120 since it's popular, but it is what it is. And there's her full body shot. I mean, she didn't turn out horrible. Griffin has put out some pretty crappy figures in the past. They've also put out some pretty good figures. I'd say this one is on the higher end of their quality. So if you like her and you got some extra money to blow, you might be able to hunt her down and buy her. But yeah, you may want to get a loan first. So now we shall move on to Crisco Jack. And my browser is just all sorts of messed up today. So let's try that. So the first one that Crisco Jack has suggested is Sailor Moon from Bishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon. This is in the Figure Arts Zero Shoette line. And she is manufactured by Bandai. She is the Moon Crystal Power makeup version. And doesn't have a scale listed, but she is 9.75, so that's typically around a 1/7 scale. But if we look, her hair is flying up quite high, so I'd say maybe more 1/8-ish. She is supposed to come out in September of 2018, and it's priced at 8,000 yen, so about 80 bucks or so. Tamashi web shop, blah 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 blah. So we shall click and we shall look. And yes, it definitely looks like Sailor Moon. Never really got into that show, so it is what it is. She has lots of clear magical effects. What's an effect? If she's got lots of clear magical effects flying around her. She's got a clear blue base and everything. It's a base. Could be worse. Could be better. But yeah, you got blue magical effects fading into pink magical effects. Her hair is flying all over the place, and it also fades to translucentness. So translucent plastic in figures is a hit or miss thing. Sometimes it's done well, sometimes it's done pretty crappy. So it all depends on how she turns out. I also see that she has some ropes and chains and everything hanging off of her magical effects. She's got a short skirt. She's showing off quite a bit of thighs, long knee-high boots. And yeah, it's Sailor Moon. She's wearing a sailor outfit. She has some buns in her hair with some red jewels and everything, and she's got a little crown on. There's a close-up shot. So far, everything seems to be pretty clean. Not a lot of like bleeding or anything like that. Not a lot of like sculpting detail in her outfit either. It's pretty flat looking. The hair there does not appear to be any shading, and the fringe part is kind of chunky, so it's not very sharp, clean, or anything. But she has some nice, big, giant eyes, and don't know what this expression is. She's just like staring at something, like she's in shock. I don't know. There she is in front of a box. And yeah, it's Sailor Moon. There she is with a whole bunch of plastic beads hanging down. From this angle, it does look like there might be some sparklies in the base, but that could also just be fingerprints. She does have some very, very long legs, which is typical of Sailor Moon. And so far, the clear plastic doesn't look horrible. It does seem a little bit more cloudy in this picture. And there she is from the back. So important questions are not answered, but I'm sure the answer would be white. Back of her head, you got the part line. You got a couple sculpted lines, but not a whole lot of detail in the back of her head. I mean, it is a $80 figure, so you wouldn't expect her to be super, super overly detailed like the Disney one we looked at. But, maybe if you're a fan, you'll like this one. I'm not the biggest fan. But there are some people that are very excited for her, I think. 77 people, at least, that have ordered her. So the next one that was suggested is Samurai from 7th Dragon 2020. This is by Flare again, and remember what we said about Flare? Yes, casual Tamamo. This is her battle version. She is a non-scale again. Flare really doesn't like to give scales to their figures, but looking at this, she is crouching down a bit, so I say she's probably around a 1/7 scale figure. And she is priced at 14,800 yen, which is a little on the expensive side, but not horrible. And, you know, with Flare being a pretty dang good company, I think she's probably worth it if you like Samurai. We do see she has been in battle, so like her stocking has a whole bunch of tears in it. Her skirt is a little bit frayed, and yeah. She is standing on a clear disc, but she is also on a bit of road, which has been completely ripped out of the actual road, because she has stabbed her sword into it. I just noticed that little detail. She has a very long sword, katana, whatever. Her left arm has some armor on it, and we see the finger hand style that you will always notice. Yes, the middle and ring finger are glued together. She has quite the pissed off look on her face. So nice red eyes, a little bit of open mouth frown. Her eyebrows are in a V, and yeah, her hair is flying in the breeze. She has pretty long, thin forearms, and we see her skirt has a little bit of red shine to it, which is a nice little touch. Uh, Also, we see her armband has quite a bit of a detailed insignia blazoned on it, embroidered on it, whatever. It's got decent sized boobs. Hair, the sculpt on the hair looks pretty good. From this angle, can't really see if there's lots of shading or not. She does have some magical, clear, translucent flowers all over the broken road as well. She does have a boob apron, which has some doily-ish patterns. Matches her undershirt over here. The colors on this work very nicely together, I think. The nice bright red kind of clashes a little bit with the blue, but it's a nice clashing. And I really do like the little glow of her skirt. It's got some shoes with, like loafer shoes. Got a little bit of a heel, and it's got some ribbon straps wrapped around her ankle. We do see that the stocking also has gradients to a much darker color at her ankle. From this angle, with this lighting, her eyes, that little pink effect, kind of make them feel like they're glowing a bit. And we start to see her from the back. And we see that skirt is very short skirt, so we see her booty cheeks peeking out. Important questions unanswered so far, other than it is definitely riding up between her cheeks. We also see that she has some armor type stuff wrapped around her chest. And the hair, very, very detailed. Multiple layers, multiple strands and everything. Looks pretty dang good. So yeah, if you like 7th Dragon or you like Samurai, this definitely looks to be a good one. And Gordon says the answer to the important question is white, and I'm inclined to believe him on that. From this angle, she definitely has a very strange look on her face. Like she's biting her lip, and she's just, yeah, we'll just stick with she's pissed off. So yeah, it's a good looking figure. It's not one that I'm going to buy or anything, but definitely good looking, and I'm sure quality wise it's going to be up there. Oh, and since she was released in 2017, yeah, people own her, duh. Price wise, she's gone up in price, so yay. There you go. Has some important questions being answered. Very detailed down there, and it is vacuum sealed into her butthole. And the camel toe. So yes, white. And we see that her base has like a nice pattern painted on the bottom of it, like the road and the flowers and everything. So yay. Moving on to Mindy. Yes, Mindy has some suggestions. Say hi, Mindy. So the first one Mindy has suggested this week is Danua from Grand Blue Fantasy. Danua is by Kotobukiya, and if we scroll down, we see she is a 1A scale figure. She came out October 28th of 2016 and was priced at 13,800 yen. Scroll down a bit more, and we see her price has stayed pretty stable since then. I have no idea who this is, but she is cute. And she is wearing some pantyhose. Eventually we'll get things going and working for us again. So yes, Danua also comes with two little dolls that she has, her little friends. Yes, we click and we look and we see she has like goat ears, which is probably the biggest negative of this figure in my opinion. She has some horns with some horn earrings. She has big giant boobs. She has a dress which I believe is kind of a little bit translucent. It's kind of shiny and see-through. She is wearing some sandals with lots of little strappy straps. The hem of the dress is quite dirty because it is dragging along the floor. Her one arm is definitely wrapped in a whole lot of bandages, but it's coming undone, and the little magic is escaping from her arms. I do believe she only has one peg that she stands on. She is holding, I think this is Hansel and Gretel. So she is holding Gretel by the hair, and Gretel has a little scepter, not scepter, but sword, whatever, cleaver type thing. It's a doll. She's got pink eyes. She's got a little apron on. She's got striped stockings. And you got Hansel, which has had half of his face ripped off. He is also holding one of those scimitars, whatevers. Nice buttons on him. But really the main focus is Danua herself and her big giant boobs. She has some very piercing red eyes. There she is in an artistically lit picture. Come on. So here we go. We get the close-up of her now. So hair is sculpted pretty nicely. Got a couple of hoagies coming out. You see the horns are also sculpted quite nicely. They are curly Q horns. And this one has a very nice big giant ornament on it with the crescent moon and everything. We do see she is one of those characters, kind of like brooding and everything. She is like nibbling on her fingernail. All of her fingers do appear to be sculpted individually. Big giant boobs. She's wearing a necklace which is falling into her cleavage. Nice armpit going on over there. And like I said, the like goat type ears, not really my thing. She also has a very tall crown on her head. And by that I mean like forehead wise. So from her eyes to the top of her head is very, very, very tall. She's got a couple little shine marks in her hair as well. She does have some metal, like a metal belt around her waist, which isn't really her waist, around her rib cage, I should say. So there she is from the back, and once again you see lots of sculpting details in the hair, and it's got a bit of a gradient. Not sure if this is translucent plastic or not. We'll look at some user pictures in a minute. And the hair on the dolls are very detailed as well. So lots of strands there, lots of little spikies over here. Honestly, not too bad to look at from the back, but still, you're definitely meant to display her from the front for sure. I do like how the hem of her skirt is just a little bit higher so you can actually see her feet. That's a nice little touch. Yeah. I mean, she's kind of creepy looking, but in a cute way, I think. So it's a nice looking figure. I did consider buying her in the past, but ultimately I decided to pass. Come over here, user pictures. See how she turned out. Click that. Click that because she's being groped. Kind of want to see her from the back, but no one took a picture of her from the back. Maybe under Chan. Yeah, there's one. So yes, it does appear that the hair is translucent at the tips. And you got the little shiny effects going on her skirt. I don't think it's actually translucent. I think I was wrong about that. But yeah, I think she kind of turned out pretty much exactly like the prototype. You do see the little joint lines where her top covers her cleavage, and we do see the nasty weld line. So boo to the weld line. But She's got some good shading in her face region. She's got the little frown. She's nibbling on her fingernail. She's got her ears and her horns. And as I said before, she is being groped because she has big giant boobs. This dress is holding very tightly onto her boobs, so they are being squished a little bit, as you can see by the side boob spilling out a bit. So yeah, that's Danua. Like I said, I like her. Considered buying her, but ultimately passed. But she's not a bad looking figure. So now we shall move on to I'm a life form known as Manuel. And Manuel has begged us not to spoil him on this show because he's only 3 episodes in. So what do? I spoil him. Emilia Tan is best girl, and Rem is shoved down our throats for half the season. So yes, Emilia from ReZero. She is being manufactured by Good Smile Company and is a 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in February of 2019 and is priced at 10,648 yen, which I believe is a very good price for her. I seriously considered buying this, but ultimately I decided to pass on her. It's nice that Emilia finally got a good figure, though. A lot of people did bitch and complain about this one, mainly with her face, but I do think it's one of the better Emilia faces we've seen in a figure so far, and I love her purple and white color scheme. The first time I saw Emilia was Kotobukiya's figure of her. This was before ReZero even came out, and I just thought she would fit perfectly with Mephmera. Yes, Meph. So she has some silver hair, and it is quite long, tied in a little tie or knot or whatever at the tip. Got a couple loose strands going everywhere. She does have her elf ears, and she's got a little flower on her head. Maybe not a little flower, maybe a big giant flower. She has some very nice boobs, nice cleavage. She's got a little jewel pendant on her collar. And yeah, she is like bending over and running ninja style. But paintwork seems very clean on her. You got the nice sculpting details in her waist region, so lots of little ruffles there. And you got the ruffles on her sleeves and around the hem of her shirt. And she's got some nice thigh-high boots with some zetaryoki. We see from this picture that we're not allowed to see that picture. We see that she has some teeth, and she has a pretty deep mouth. So nice details there. And you got her eyes, which are purple with the little blue pupils and a couple little shine marks. And yeah, she is cute. There's a view kind of straight on, and you see she is looking off to the side a little bit. And I just noticed from this angle, the tip of her ponytail, with the way it's positioned, it kind of looks like Aqua's ahoge. Mindy. Someone else did suggest 02. I thought I had it in there, but I forgot about it. I must have put it in the wrong folder again, but we will cover 02. Don't worry about it. But yes, back to Emilia. I just noticed how, like the sleeves, they're big and giant and everything, but you can see that it feels kind of like loose and very thin material with the way it's like wrapping around her arm. I never noticed this little detail before, and now. All of her fingers do appear to be individual and nicely sculpted, except for maybe the ring and middle fingers. Nice little elf ear. The flower has good detail. It's got a ribbon below it. Got boobs. Yes, boobs. Emilia tits. Elf tits. Do we see her kind of from the back? So we can see like the bottom of her hair. Also, lots of strands and sculpting details, which is a nice touch. We do see her booty kind of trying to peek through her coattails, but not very well. There's a good shot of her stomach region. No vacuum sealed belly buttons. Hip hip hooray. Just trying to see her from straight on from the back, and it doesn't look like we're going to get that shot. But yeah, as I said, a lot of people really gave this one a real bit hard time when it first got announced. Here is the artwork that she is based off of. And honestly, I think the face looks much better on the figure than in this artwork. But yeah, it's Amelia-tan. If you don't like that one, Alter's making one. Yes, Alter is making, well, Alter and Mega House. Alpha Omega is making Emilia and Puck's figure. Once again, from ReZero. 1/8 scale, so she's going to be smaller. No price or release date or coloring or anything like that, but it's just a great prototype. But this is one of the few Puck figures. Yes, Puck. We see her holding a magical crystal effect going on out of her hand. And her pose is a little bit boring. She's just like standing straight up with her knee up a little bit. She is standing on a bit of a crystal. The breeze is blowing gently, so her sleeves are blowing and her hair is blowing a little bit. And she's got a more like surprised look on her face. So we do see quite a bit of details in her shirt. So you got like the ruffles down here, you got the little trim on her stockings, got some very defined seams where her cleavage is. See you later, Mindy. On her right hand, her fingers do look a little bit strange, but I'm sure that'll be worked on. Since there's only that one picture there, we'll come over here to Chan and see a couple different angles of her. We'll do this one, we'll do this one, we'll do this one, and we'll do a full shot. So we have Emilia's face. Definitely looks like Emilia. I think probably Alter's is going to be the best one, but have to wait and see. We can see the clear crystal effect. That's nicely done. Yeah, the sculpt work looks pretty good. I mean, yes, this is definitely Emilia. Have to wait to see her painted, though. I did this one so that we could see Puck. So Puck has a little pouch, a little baggie, which is stabbed into a peg on Emilia's hair strand, and it's on one of the very, very tiny hair strands. So good luck putting Puck on without breaking her hair. But once again, have to see him painted. He does have his one floppy ear, and Emilia has her elf ears and a deep O mouth. So yeah, they're cute. Once again, hand looks a little strange. I'm sure Alter and Mega House will work on that. So one to keep your eye out for. And yeah, there's there's a picture that someone photoshopped, and I don't feel like going back to her to look at it. Because it's just a Photoshop, and honestly, it bugs me a little bit when people Photoshop the gray prototypes. I mean, it's nice to kind of get an idea of what they're going to look like, but it confuses a lot of people. So anyways, we shall now move on to Champ Huge Balls. And Champ has suggested 2-0, which Mindy also says she suggested. I'm sorry, Mindy. We didn't cover her while you were still here. But yes, we have 0-2 from Darling in the Franxx. I know this is a very, very popular show. I have not watched it, and I don't really have an interest in it. But that is what it is. So 0-2 is being manufactured by Kotobukiya. She is a 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in November of 2018 and is priced at a very reasonable 10,000 yen. She is also missing half of a leg. So we click and we look and we see she is in a red plug suit, which is very skin tight and very nice looking. She has her little horns. She has quite a few strands of hair coming down. Let me, chat seems to have signed out, so let me refresh that over there. Waiting for things to load. There we go. Okay, so back to 02. She's got some nice green eyes. Her eyes are kind of slitted a little bit. Looks like she has a slight smile. She's got a nice little nose on her. She's got some pointy boobs. Once again, not oversized or anything. A very nice size. Nice handful. And she's got a nice belly area and everything. This leg is bent a bit, so we can see this is her whole leg. She is sitting on the cockpit of one of their mechs. I'm guessing this is what it is. And, you know, just leaning. The outfit is very shiny. It looks very nice. Definitely give her that. We get to see the booty line right there a bit. We get to see nice calf, nice thigh. I think they're trying to show us the back of the cockpit thing that you'll never really look at. There's her face again. The hair, it's a $100 hair, so not incredibly detailed. There is a little bit of sculpting in the fringe. It's not sharp, so a little chunky. And doesn't look like it's translucent hair, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. As I said, pointy boobs, vacuum sealed belly button. Yep, vacuum sealed. Do see a little bit of the detail in her neck. Nice little smile. She does have a bit of eye makeup, so you get the little red on the corner of her eyes. And gray prototypes, who cares? And there she is from the back in a gray prototype. Come on, let's see her from the back, painted. So yes, as I said, she is missing half of her knee. It's been half of a knee. She is missing half of a leg. It's been amputated at the knee as it is going down into the base. Still, I mean, if you're displaying her from the front, you're not going to see that, but it's just one of those things that you know is going to be there. It'd be nice if maybe it was elevated a little bit so she could have her whole leg. But the paintwork, at least in the prototype, looks to be pretty dang clean. Looks pretty good. Sculpt looks pretty good. Booty, squeezable. Definitely a good booty. Yep. Look at that. Look at it. Just look at it. Yeah. You do get a little bit of like spine armor there. Top of the head, you got a bad, ugly looking seam line. You can see this strand glued on and everything. Tops of the heads typically is a bad part of a figure. It's not very detailed, just doesn't look the greatest. But you do get to see her nose. You get to see her little pointy boobs. You get to see whatever this is on the back of her head. As I said, I haven't seen the show. But personally, I don't mind it. I think she looks good, but not really a figure for me. And then moving on, we have Tenchi, or Kanade, Kaede, whatever. She is from Angel Beats. It's Angel. She is by Good Smile Company and is going to be a 1/7 scale figure. She is a prototype, so no dates or prices or anything like that. We click and we look and we see details and we see angel wings and yay, and she is wearing a kimono with a definite floral pattern. She is walking around on a sidewalk base with some gray grass. She is wearing sandals, and yeah, these kimonos, you can't walk very well in them because there's not a lot of room for your legs to move. She has very, very long sleeves, which continue the floral patterns and everything. And her hair is very detailed looking. And we only get this one picture here, so let's close that and move to Chan and see how she looks at display. So, don't care about gray prototypes. We'll do original artwork. We'll do this one. And we'll do this one, and we'll do this one. And I have no idea why they're releasing an Angel Beats figure now, but Tenchi is popular enough that, I don't know. I don't know. But we click and we look, and this is the original artwork. We do see, okay, makes a little bit more sense now. So this sleeve is kind of like fading into the ether. So it's got that electronic fading design, and that's why it was blue, while the other one is more like autumn colored and everything. Meh, it is what it is. So there's her face. She's kind of looking down to the side, so you'll want to display her up high because she's looking down. She's got a little tiny old mouth, a little bit of detail in her ear, but not a whole lot. Good sculpting in her hair. The fringe doesn't look chunky or anything. She's got lots of flowers in her hair ornament, little heart-shaped things coming down. Lots of feathers in her wings. I'm not the biggest fan of her wings. They're not the greatest wings in my opinion. She has the obi sash with a rope tied around it and tied into a very fanciful knot. She is gripping her sleeve. So there's the full body shot of her. I mean, detail-wise, sculpt-wise, she looks good. Paint-wise, looks pretty good. But there's better pictures of Tenchi, I think. Or better figures of her. So, not really one I'm super excited about. Tamamo! Yes, Tamamo. 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 But we can't stay on Tamamo forever. We have to move on to Ero Sensei. And Ero Sensei has suggested Supersonico. Yes, the 10th anniversary version of her. She finally got released. Yes, she has the big giant ass. But yes, Supersonico from Sonicami. She is manufactured by Good Smile Company. She is the 10th anniversary wedding version of her. She is a 1/6 scale figure. A quite large 1/6 scale figure, I should say. And she came out on June 25th of 2018, a couple days ago. And she was priced at 64,352 yen. Holy mother of fuck! Why have people bought this? Although that is better than the 10,000 yen version of her, where you get golden wedding rings. Yeah. She is number 4 most ordered on MSC, owned by 28 people. She's got a rating of 1. When I see this, I think people get confused. 1 star is the worst, 10 stars is the best. It's not the opposite. I think they're thinking they're voting for the best when they vote a 1. Either that or they just really, really, really hate it. So yeah, we'll click on her and we'll look, and we see, yes, it is Supersonico. It is the wedding version of her, so that means she is wearing underwear. Yeah, that's what you wear at weddings, is underwear. Who cares about a fancy dress or anything? She is standing on what looks to be velvet base with some stairs. I think the base is, I was going to say optional, but I see she is like pegged into it, so I don't know anymore. She does have like the sun behind her with some flaming wings. She has big giant boobs with very little covering them, just a little sash. She's got a nicely defined belly button. She is a very thick girl, so she has thick thighs, thick legs. Shoes look pretty good. Stockings look good. She's got a happy girl smile on her face. Nice red eyes. Nice pink hair. She is wearing a veil with some blue and yellow flower ornaments. She is lifting up her skirt daintily, exposing more thigh. And the skirt is very, very detailed. You see all these little lace patterns around the hem of it. And this is why people are spending almost $650 on her. Yes, they're buying the booty. She has a very, very, very large booty, and yet she wears a very tiny thong to expose more of the booty. She also has some garter straps, which are definitely digging into her butt. In the front, there is a strap gap. She has a very nice back line, nice spine line. You got the lacing of the corset. Hair looks pretty good. You got more lace work around the edge of the sleeves that she's wearing. And of course, you couldn't have Supersonico without the headphones. There is a shot from, below the booty, so you can see the crotch a little bit. Very thick thighs, nice shiny white stockings. They are quite tight, so you can see the details behind her knees. And she comes with a little sleepy kissy face. I mean, she is getting married after all. You may kiss the bride. Big, big, giant boobs. Not the best wedding outfit in the world, in my opinion. Doesn't look super, super great, but I'm not the biggest Sonico fan, so yeah. Definitely not for me, but hey, she's number 4 most ordered on MFC, so she is for a lot of people. I mean, quality-wise and everything, she looks great, so you're definitely getting something for your money. And I think if you do get her, you'll be happy with her because you're happy. You yeah. I'm just blabbering blah 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 now. But yeah, you'll be happy with her if you bought her. The skirt is removable, so you don't have to display her like that. You can just display her in her lingerie because, I mean, it's a wedding. She's getting married, so she's in her underwear. She's cute, good quality figure, just very, very, very expensive. So, yeah, a couple of people have gotten her so far. And we'll click on, of course, the booty. So, wow. So, the first thing I noticed in this picture is this a bootleg? Because the hair is very bad. Like, lots of extra plastic everywhere. That's, yeah. Yeah, not good hair. But big giant boobs, of course, they are welded together. Let's see in this one. So this is only half of her body. So it's not the greatest picture, so we can't really see if she also has the hair issue. But yes, very nice belly. Big giant boobs. Nice armpit line right there. Hands look pretty good. And there's the shot of her boobs from the bottom. You got this little extra bit right here. It doesn't even look like it was painted. But this is what you're buying her for, is the big giant booty. So yeah, that's Supersonico, and you know what you're buying her for. So moving on, we now have Len from Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. Len is being manufactured by Kotobukiya and is a 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in December of 2018 and is priced at 12,800 yen. We click on her and we look and we see Kotobukiya is going with their theme of having highly detailed environmental bases instead of just plastic discs, which is nice. I do like that. It does feel maybe a little small for her figure. It kind of looks like maybe she has more weight in the front of it, like it's going to tip over, but we'll spin around and see. hopefully she is properly supported. It is a rubble rocky base, which definitely looks like it has been just recently broken. Her boots are very detailed. You can see all the treads on them. You can see the like the wrinkles in her ankles. And she is just pink. Yes, she is very pink. She's got her P-chan, all of her extra magazines. I just can't think of things to say. But yeah, she's wearing gloves. She's got the strap. She's got some elbow pads, some knee pads. Hair is maybe a little shiny and a little chunky looking. What was her price? 1/7, $12.80. I'd say maybe $100 would have been a better price for her so far. So now we get kind of a close-up on her face. We see that her scarf is like, it's camouflage, but it's still pink. So it's only camouflaged in a pink environment. It looks like you can see the spring inside the gun. So yeah, it's got the little determined look on her face with her eyebrows in the V and the little U smile. It's got some nice red eyes. Hair, meh. Like I said, it's chunky. It is sculpted. Doesn't look like it's shaded or anything. We see she also has her knife on her belt. Yeah, it definitely looks like her center of gravity is not being properly supported. So this may be one of those that it feels like it's going to be easy to tip over. And yes, I agree, Gordon. It does look like Len. So they got the likeness right at least. And I mean, the outfit looks very good. It's sculpted. You got all the wrinkles and folds and everything, but it's just the finish on it just seems a little cheap. You got the straps and everything. She's got some grenades on her belt as well. So the lace work on her boots looks pretty good, the lacings. And she's got this fuzzy fur trim on her jacket, which the fuzzy fur doesn't look very good in plastic form. But I mean, overall, yes, it looks like her detail-wise looks pretty decent. There is shading in her outfit at least. Just it's not a figure for me. But if you like Len, if you like Sword Art Online, Alternative, Gun Gale Online, that is a mouthful. Hey, you can buy her. And it's not super expensive or anything. And I'm sure at the stores you get a little bit of a discount anyway. So let's just click and see real quick. Yami, Len costs $11,600. Or if you want, you can spend a little bit more money and get a bonus part, which looks like a bonus expression. Yes, it's a bonus expression. So let's view all, and then zoom down and see if we can find this bonus expression and get a good shot of it. So yeah, I think the bonus expression looks a lot better. It's definitely more worried. Her mouth is open a little bit, and her eyebrow, it's like not a determined look, it's a worried look. And I think this fits Len a little bit more when she's running around like crazy. Until she goes into Psycho Len mode, yes. So yeah, that's Len. So yay. Moving on now, I think we're done with the suggestions. I picked one out myself. I am seriously considering this one. We have Akagi from Azure Lane this time, not Contact Collection, but Azure Lane. And this Akagi is a wolf boat girl. Wolf girl boat. I don't know. That is a tongue twister. Wolf boat girl. Wolf girl boat. Say that 10 times fast. Good luck. But yes, Akagi is by Kotobukiya and is a 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out in December of 2018 and is priced pretty expensive at 15,800 yen. I mean, it is a 1/7 scale figure, so it's not horribly expensive, but yes, fox, sorry, I keep saying wolf. Fox girl boat, a nine-tailed fox. I usually don't mention the like artist or sculptor or anything, but I looked up Hide, and he's the one that did like Forte and crap. Yes, he did Forte and what's another one that I own? Kirika. So I think she's going to turn out pretty dang good because those two turned out really good. We'll click on her and we'll look, and yes, fox girl, fox tails, fox ears, not wolf. Sorry. But yes, she has big boobs. She has lots of red on her, and the red looks very, very good. She has some thigh-high stockings on, which, yeah, goes up to her thighs. She's kind of running in the water, and for some reason, whenever they have running girls, they always have her heel against her butt. That's not how your legs go when you run. One thing I don't like is this clear support. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have just been a little rod. They tried to at least make it look like a splash, but could have done maybe a little bit better. She's got big, giant sleeves. Fingers are all separated out over here. She is an aircraft carrier, so she has the runway and everything. And she has a face. Some people have complained that the face looks pretty bad. I agree, the face is probably my least favorite part of this figure, but it's not horrible. Come on. So there she is, kind of from the frontal view. Can't quite tell if there's a weld line or not. I'm going to assume there is. We get some nice gold pad printed work on her, like the edges of her outfit, which is a nice little touch. She is holding some paper charms, which I guess will turn into planes, like Kantai's arrows turn into planes. Her tails have a gradient. They do appear that they might be made out of translucent plastic. A very nice red skirt, nice white shirt. So there's a good shot of a close-up of her face. So I think the things that really throw it off is she has like squinty eyes, so they're not, big round eyes. She has this red eye, like red makeup in the corner of her eyes, which is quite large. It definitely makes the eyes feel very wide. And then her mouth is a little bit funky shaped too. So she's smiling, but then like the center of her bottom lip is down a bit, and you can see her teeth, but it's not like the whole lip is going down, just the center. The hair looks pretty good. Hand looks good. Outfit looks good. And if you buy her from the Kotobukiya store, so far it's just the Japanese one, so you would need a proxy. Not sure if it's going to happen in the US one or the Europe one, but you can get a bonus face. And in the bonus face, her mouth is wide open. You can see her tongue, and you can see she has little fangs. Yes, little moe fangs. And you can see her lip is painted a little bit too. And she is kind of more of a happy girl in this one. I do think the bonus face looks a little bit better. It's just, I hate that it's a Kotobukiya shop exclusive. Makes it very difficult to get, unless you do proxies, which I typically don't do. Her aircraft carrier, the runway, pretty detailed. You got all the lines painted on it, everything. And it's flaming. Yes, a flaming ship in the water. So it looks pretty good. I do like this one. As I said, I am very seriously considering buying her. but she is pretty expensive. And if you buy a Kagi, then you have to buy a Kaga too. Yes, 2 Fox Girl boats. Very, very detailed, very good looking. Kaga is a white girl, so very white themed. So yeah, it can get quite expensive. We're just going to pop over to Kaga real quick. And we'll click over here. So we can kind of see what her colors will look like. So she's the one back here. So very white and blue themed, while Akagi is brown and red. So yeah, Fox Girl boats. Fox Boat Girl. So yeah, definitely ones to think about, but as I said, they're going to be very expensive. So yay. And if we scroll through the wallpapers real quick, eventually, I know there's one in here. Come on. Come on. Don't make me manually go look for you. There it is. So yeah, you got to have the two because they're always together. So yeah. But anyways, that's all the suggestions. We've been going for 1 hour and 46 minutes. We are back to live streaming. Woohoo, yes. And I'm see Hunter Gaming. Speaking of Azure Lane, I am sure, I don't know if you're going to say this, but Azure Lane is a mobile game, and it is actually getting an English release in the near future. So if you like Fox Girls or Ship Girls, you might be able to play the game. But yeah, anyways, I think we're pretty much done for the stream. I hope everyone enjoyed. Feel free to leave your suggestions for next week. Remember, 2 per person, and no suggestions from the last 2 weeks unless it's Tamamo. And try to keep it more on the safe for YouTube side because I don't want to get banned again. Maybe in the future we'll consider looking at the naughties, but for now we'll play it safe. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. I'm out. Bye bye.